Hello, hello. I am that one girl, and I am here to tell you about this little segment that I'm doing called Wild Rift de Femme. Now, if you don't know, I only play female champs. Why? I don't know. I just decided that one day when I was playing Ashe, I was like, you know what? I'm a girl. I'm just gonna play all these girl champions because why not? And I've stuck with it for the 2 years or more that I've been playing. So what I've decided is to make an entire little series about it. I'm an ADC main, but you know what? Right now I'm just a girl boss main. So I decided to start with Seraphine, and just by random chance, I had some random automator do it, and it chose Seraphine. So here we go, we're starting on Seraphine.
Never the right time, so the chance goes by again.
Now, I was very conflicted when I chose Seraphine because, as you may or may not know, she is surrounded by controversy. Personally, she's not the champ that I hate the most. She is like one of the champs that I hate playing with the most, but not as much as some other ones. Lux. Anyways, so when I got her, I was like, okay, I guess I'll play her. I know some other people have like really hated playing with her and they just abhor Seraphine. So I was like, okay, let's see what's going on. I looked into her lore, and her lore is like pretty disappointing. You'll go in there and you'll see that she's from Piltover, but if you click on the Piltover map on the interactive map that they have up, you'll see that she's not on there. She's not listed on there. And so I was like, okay, so why did they do Seraphine like that? So I'm looking into it. And so she's from Piltover, but her parents are from Zon, and then you will also go into Zon sometimes. Zonites? Maybe I'm mispronouncing that. I don't know. But so she, as a little girl, she's in Piltover, and she figures out that she can hear like other people's emotions or whatever, like through song, and it gets to be a little bit much for her. So her parents build her this dampening device out of Hextech crystal, and so that she can cope with it. And as you know, that's happening, she's learning to deal with her abilities, she's learning how to cope, and she's also figuring out that the Hextech crystal is like sentient or something like that. Like she can hear it thinking, like humming in the background, and I don't know, she gets inspired, and so then she's like, wait a minute, maybe I can use my abilities to like amplify them and whatever. So she ends up doing that. She turns her dampener into a stereo, and then she goes around, starts singing, and brings people together through song, you know? That's basically it. That's almost everything that you have to know about her on the League of Legends website. That's it. And it's kind of lame because, you know, Piltover and Zon, they have like such a rich like storyline. They have so much conflict there. Like I wished I could have seen more. Whatever. So then I went onto Twitter. Seraphine has a Twitter account. I don't know why, but this was so weird to me. I was like, this whole champion has a whole Twitter account. And what? But apparently that's how they released her. They released her through her Twitter account. Like apparently KDA, you know, Akali, Evelyn, Girl Bosses, Kaisa, they had a song, and apparently Seraphine did a cover to it. They heard it, they liked it, and then they were gonna bring her on to like sing with them. Cool, whatever. But some people took an issue with this because Seraphine apparently was like feeling um, nervous, and she was starting to have mental health issues with this, and so she was like putting that out there, and people were relating. Other people were like, dude, Riot, why are you using mental health issues to like sell this champ? That's kind of messed up. So you have that. Then you also have Seraphine in other games like Runeterra. She's in there, and apparently her whole lore there is a lot better over there. I don't know. I haven't actually played Runeterra, So that's it. That's Seraphine's like lore, her whole like release and all that in a nutshell. I think it's cool that she has a social media account, a Twitter, just because it's like really like this fictional character. As I don't know, I kind of dig it. I wish that like Diana and Leona had a Twitter account. Can you imagine the tweets? You know, like the passive aggressive, like we love each other, but also like you're the worst tweets. I'm kind of living for that drama. Anyways, so then I decided, okay, I'm gonna play her. And what I'm gonna be doing in this whole series, this Wild Rift FM, is I'm gonna get every female champion up to Mastery Level 4. Again, this is like a rule I imposed on myself from the very beginning. I will get every champion, like if I'm playing a champion, I will not use a skin on them, like while I'm playing them, until I get them up to Mastery Level 4. Why did I decide to do that? I don't know, it just felt right. So until Mastery Level 4, that's how long I'm going to be playing with that champ. And some champions it's going to take me longer than others because I'm an ADC main, and imagine me having to like learn somebody in the solo lane. Sounds terrible. So I played Seraphine as a support and as a mid laner. Support was pretty easy. Take the support item, and you know, you have her S3, which is her slow, her S2, her heal, and her S1 is her damage, and then of course her ult, which is her little wave. So what I found helpful as I've been playing her, as I've been learning her, is that her slow is really key to playing her as support, because that's how you hit her. You hit the champs like that. That's how you help your ADC set up for kills, etc., etc. But if you're in solo queue, she also has enough damage, and she scales like crazy. She scales so crazy that late game, even if your ADC is kind of falling behind, you can still do a ton of damage with Seraphine, and you can still help out in that way. You're not just stuck in the support role and with no carry. Playing her mid was a lot harder for me, mainly because I don't really know how to play mid. But it was fine. You know, she's a good champ. She's like a easily busted champ. Every time that you cast an ability and there are teammates, your allies around you, they all get like this little, like her passive, like pixie or whatever. And then your range increases. The more people have it, the more of your allies have it, the more your range increases, which is insane. And she is definitely a team fight champion. Like, she is not somebody that you're going to want to be off by herself, pushing the lane, pushing towers. She needs to be with her teammates, casting abilities, and then when you auto attack, all of these pixies will go super far. Like, she gets such crazy range. It's busted. It's crazy. So yeah, great champion. I think that she's pretty easy to learn. And it might take a little bit to actually get her to be really good. Here is some of my gameplay. I'm not like amazing. I'm not saying I'm amazing at Seraphine or anything like that, but it was fun. I did enjoy it. Mid, probably I will not be taking Seraphine mid, just because I feel like you have so many better options. But support lane, she is definitely busted. I wanted to go more into what Seraphine's kit looks like. So her passive is called Stage Presence, and so every time, like her echo, every third ability cast will cast an echo. So it's like an empowered attack. So every third ability, you'll see a little purple bar right there, right under her thing, and that attack will be recast. It'll be an empowered attack. So for her S3, her slow, instead of just slowing them on the empowered attack, it will actually root them in place. And then her second passive, which is Harmony, is whenever she casts an ability, it grants a note to each of her allies. And so as each note is granted to her allies, her range is made bigger. And it deals an additional 4 magic damage to her enemies. Pretty cool. Her skill 1 is called her high note, and it deals 60% damage, and when it's empowered, it's 60 plus 40 on a target, and the maximum damage when the target is below 25% health. Pretty good. Again, her S1 needs to be maxed out when she is in the mid lane. That is always the last skill that I max out when I'm playing support. Her S2 is her healing. So it shields all nearby enemy champions, and when it's empowered, it heals them. Or, this is really cool too, so like, if there's already a shield applied to any of the allies or to herself, when she casts her S2, even if it's not empowered, there will be healing granted. Super cool, super busted. If you are playing with A.L.I.S.O.N and she does her little S2 and then you do Seraphine's skill 2 surround sound, that's her healing ability, that will automatically grant healing. Busted, uber great. And her S3 is her slow. So again, I love this ability. This is the first one I take, but I don't max it out first. I max out her S2 first whenever playing support. And this one will slow down the enemy. And if you're playing with like an Ashe, like Ashe already, her auto attacks already slow the enemy. So when you cast her S1, when you cast Seraphine's S1, they'll root them in place. It doesn't even have to be empowered. But if you're not playing with somebody who slows already, like automatically, her empowered attack will root them in place, which is great. Which leaves us with her ult, called Encore. It deals 150 magic damage to enemies, and it slows them by 40% for 1 second. And it extends, this ability extends as it hits more enemies. So, you know, you have like 4 people kind of standing in a line, and the closest one to you, you hit the first one. Well, then that makes her ability extend out to the next person, to the next person, to the next person, which can be really crazy because I have seen games where Seraphine will be in the mid lane, about midway through the map, she'll cast her ult, and it will reach all the way back to the base. Crazy, crazy. Anyways, so it will extend, and not only does it slow them for a second, but it also charms them. So this is great. Again, Seraphine is the teamfight champ. She is a support. She's not one of those champs where she should be off by herself. She needs to be with her team because you can charm them all, then you can root them, and then there comes the damage from your team. It's amazing. And because I did get her up to mastery level 4, I am buying her KDA skin because I watched the KDA videos. I went onto YouTube and I watched the KDA videos, and now I am a fan. I am a huge fan. I love that Seraphine has a Twitter account, and I wish that A.L.I.S.O.N did too, and Kaisa and Evelyn. I wish that they all had one and I could go follow them and be a fangirl for the rest of my life. Honestly, that's what I wish. But you know, they don't have that, and it's okay. But I bought the KDA skin, and I'm gonna start playing some games with her using her KDA skin because guess what? We got her up to level 4. Let's go, mastery level 4. Let's go. Now on to, and I think that about sums everything up about Seraphine. Again, I was a little disappointed in her lore. I can understand the controversy about the way that she was released. I know that people in the Discord and the Attack Baron Discord, which you should go join, have some personal grievances with Seraphine players. I understand that. I'm an ADC player, and when supports who aren't really supports, like Bran, Lux, well, I guess Seraphine, those can all be seen as not really supports. When they come into your game in a solo queue game and then they start stealing farm and CS, I can understand the anger, like I've been there. But she's a great champ. And if she's played well by somebody who knows how to play support, she's broken beyond belief. But then again, aren't they all? And for my next video, my next Wild Rift de Femme. Let's see who we're playing. And it looks like we're playing Camille. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. People are going to hate me so much in all these games because I'm going to straight int. But until then, you should definitely join the Attack Baron server. We are a great community who loves to play games. If you don't know what you're doing, I don't either. I'm just learning all these champs now. This is part of the reason why I'm doing this, is so that I can learn the champs, learn the items, learn different roles, learn the game better. And there are a ton of people on the server who, if you have questions, they will answer your questions. They will give you all the information that you will need and more, because there's always more. There's always more that you could learn. So please join the Discord. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to play some games with you. If there's anything else in these videos that you would like to see, let me know. Let me know. Let me know how to do these better, because this is my first time and I'm nervous, but I'm also having fun. Until next time, when you see me playing Camille, I'll catch you on the Rift. Bye!